Hi guys, I'm Lethal Port and welcome to Dishonored. So I've been running a poll over on my Facebook page, and by a very close margin we have passive style with 2 votes and chaotic with 1. So unfortunately for my friend who wanted chaotic, we're going to be playing passive. Now I'm also going to try and see if I can get the achievement for not killing anyone. I almost did this on my last playthrough before I had a channel, and I made one mistake that I didn't realize I'd made until the very end. And I was like, you serious? I accidentally killed someone and didn't realize I had killed them because this game can get chaotic even when you're playing on passive. So I'm just waiting for things to pop in and then we will take it away. Cool. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, so I want to at least give you guys something entertaining, and since I haven't played it in a while, I think I'll go with normal because, well, I've played it, and these ones I don't think I could do at this point. You have just returned from a journey of several months, visiting the other nations in the Empire to ask for aid in dealing with the rat plague. You must deliver the diplomatic response to the Empress, whom you serve as Lord Protector.
Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else, and the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace. Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
Brenhaven River.
Steady hand. That's it. Watch it. Casting off. We're away. Take us straight to Dunwall Tower. Lord Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on us. Black magic.
All the others. Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague. Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo.
Fair voyage, sir? All quiet up here.
Not
Corvo,
going to be
she's waiting.
very much
You should
longer.
go see the Empress.
You know what to do next time?
It's been good traveling with you, Corvo.
Pressure was too low.
Oh yeah, you're the dude I have to save for that chick.
Just don't do anything crazy. Sokolov's changed everything again. There he is. Good voyage, sir.
And we'll get another chance to have a look around here later. Hey dude.
Fewer ships moving along the river now, with the plague and all. She's waiting in the pavilion.
Yeah, I'll get there. No, I don't want to jump. Game, that's not a good prompt. I ain't magical yet.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Corvo, you're back! Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait! Let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master. Okay, here we go.
Let's go, Emily. Teach me how to sneak.
My nanny says the big ocean is full of them, but I think she only says that to scare me. Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide.
Press B to enter stealth mode. Then stay behind cover to break line of sight with enemies and avoid detection. While sneaking, your footsteps are muffled.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come.
Leaning around corners. By holding Y and then pressing left or right on the left stick, you can lean around corners, allowing you to look ahead without being seen by enemies.
Maybe
Yeah, I
here.
remember it being a bit weird. Appreciate.
Okay, well, somewhere else then. Okay, you win. We should go now, so Mother can see you too.
Over here, kid.
While you were gone, Mother seemed very sad. I think she missed you.
We missed you too, little one.
Corvo, if you won't marry my mother, would you marry me? Everyone seems scared
no,
because
kid,
of the
that
rat
would
plague.
not be good.
I'm glad you're here.
Don't marry
Welcome
within the
home,
family.
Bullet
This
Protector.
isn't Game of Thrones.
Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been. They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
Oops, and I just realized something. And next door's baby is crying. That poor child. There we go.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
Yep. Looks like a weirdo to me.
Please, I can't see him. What are you doing? I need the bottle to draw the eye away from Campbell. I suppose I can paint him without the cider, though in truth he is always close to this stuff.
My drink.
Things are... She'll see you at once.
Hello, pretty lady.
Hello, my lord.
Lady.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
Hello, extra
It's a
pretty
fair wind
lady.
that brings you home to me. What news have you brought?
Alone.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here!
Press right trigger to attack with your right hand and left trigger to attack with your left hand if you have a weapon or power. Oof. Press and hold right bumper to block incoming sword attacks. Perfect timing will put the enemies off balance and open them up to a lethal counterattack.
Emily, get behind me! Look out! Another one!
Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here...
No more! Not again!
Mommy!
No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy! Get away!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one. You'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Peg him.
You guys are just lucky that I can't kill you. But sometimes death is the better of two options. Six months have passed since you were accused by the royal spy master of murdering the Empress and conspiring to abduct her daughter, Emily, the royal heir. Now, locked away in Coldridge prison, the time of your execution draws near. Jesus, can't speak. Coldridge prison.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo,
Give you
the
something to
Empress
think
is
about.
dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak, and that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal on this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo. Guards! Take him back to his cell.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
Thanks. A little... God, I can't read that. A little something that something is better than a big something that burns. Terrible at reading this, writing. We all start with innocent, but that would lead us to guilt. Well, that's not half the wasted space at all. It fit like 3 cells in that space. Letter from a friend. An anonymous message. Corvo, who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here is the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will leave a weapon just outside your cell. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come. A friend. There's nothing there. Slowly, carefully.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow. It's on account of Corvo,
Oh yeah.
the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter.
I don't belong here. I never did nothing. She lied.
Occasion. Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble
You're
Lord
out.
Protector get his
Good
head
for
chopped
you.
off.
Cut some throats.
As bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, mate.
Burn this place to the ground.
The solitary wing is off limits to
Tell
maintenance
Slackjaw I'm in here.
unless
He's gotta get
accompanied
me
by an
out.
officer of the watch. Escort
crying about that guy's game?
must
Assassinations and non-lethal takedowns. With a sword in hand, assassinate an unaware enemy by pressing right trigger, or approach an unaware enemy from behind and hold right bumper to perform a non-lethal takedown. Using stealth and the non-lethal approach has benefits. Fewer rats and weepers, some people react favorably, and the final outcome is not as dark.
Scheduled in advance.
Another patrol with you.
1 week's notice. Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Tell me again what you'll do if Slackjaw and his Bottle Street boys jump you.
No, stupid goddamn. Oh, my son. Oh, my God.
Someone...
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
It's on account of Corvo.
Let's see if I
Who
can
killed the Empress
do
and abducted
this.
her daughter, Emily.
And that's why, because I kept on pressing the left trigger. Dumb ass.
So it's an occasion.
Literally
Right.
read that in everything.
Social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
You guys have a nice sleep there.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress?
Another night, another patrol with you.
Shit. Fuck! I accidentally let go of the button. Doesn't help that my fingers get super numb this time of year, or at least this year anyway, and the cold has come quickly. Come on, load.
How come so many people are coming to the execution tomorrow?
Whoop, whoop. Get off.
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
Hey, hurry up and finish your conversation already.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord
Yeah,
Protector
yeah,
get his
yeah.
head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Here you go. Enjoy your new bed. At least it's better than over in the corner like last time.
Hey, psh.
Whistling
You're out.
is
Good for you. Cut
Sailor's
some
song?
throat. Hey, kill a guard for me, will ya?
Yeah. If it was any
Let
other
me out.
playthrough, I probably would do
3
it,
days
but
before they cut my head off.
not gonna happen, dude.
Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
I like it when, what is it, do you come here later or do you play as, what am I doing? Not even paying attention. Is it when you're playing as Dowd? Because I remember going through here, you had to like talk to people, free people. Maybe it's later. But I like stacking around here.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
No, you saw
Escort
nothing.
through the solitary wing
Dang
must
it.
be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Oh well. Can I like not lethal kill you? You saw nothing! There's no one here, bud. I'm a shadow. No!
Bastard!
Fuck.
Dump you in the river.
Okay, let me scope out the area before you kill me. Not killing you.
Fall down already.
No.
You gotta
Will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries.
Yeah. Right, I can climb up there. Through the door. Nice shot, bud.
just die.
Okay, come on, kill me then.
Dump you in the river. Take that.
Do it. Do it.
Damn you. Feed him to the hounds.
Was it like my head get cut off or something and go rolling on the ground? Or do I just do a somersault when I die? I'm trying to do stealth, okay? I just thought I'd play around and check out the area for a minute. Yes, okay, well, I haven't played this in a while, so I'm gonna have to get used to the to everything again, basically.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
Hurry up and finish talking.
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
I'm doing my best.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress?
Don't get
Blow
him
off.
first because he'll get back too quickly. So sneak past Body Boy over here. Get this guy.
Stupid goddamn.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
You didn't say anything.
To arms! Get around
Oh, for fuck's sake. I hate you, game. I know, try not being seen. I was trying to hide behind the pillar, but obviously Corvo's too fat for that. Wish I could just climb this. That'd be super easy. I guess. I mean, later on it would be super easy for Corvo.
How come so many people are coming to the execution tomorrow?
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance.
For fuck's sake.
With 1 week's
Picked him up,
notice.
picked him up before. Okay, you get a new place to sleep. There you go.
Bug someone else.
And I wish I could get up there.
No, stupid goddamn. Love so long. Marlon Gunn. That's it.
Turn around already. Okay. Let's see. Can I get to him before he turns around? Oh shit! Ah! Kill everything! Oh, for fuck's sake. I swear, I'm getting out here stealth with killing no one. Hey, I'm trying to respect the choices of the channel. And unfortunately, Chaos was outvoted.
Abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
You're as bad as us betting on the dogs.
I have done this before. I also could have chosen easy and not normal. But hey,
Attention.
I'm a gamer.
Solitary-
I know how to do shit. This shouldn't be
Off
so
limits
hard.
to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Good thing that they can't drown. Well, at least in puddles anyway.
Can I buy you a ration of elixir from today? Blow off.
Okay, so we can reach there. I just have to make sure I press the button at the right time.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the
Oh,
event.
damn it! You turn around. Okay.
Get around him!
Last time, and I might just end up going through this, at least this level, in chaotic. So close. Or at least I could have pocketed him. Always forget I have to tap the button. I'm used to games just going straight into levels.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
You're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Oh. Meant to go on the chair.
Tell me again what you'll do if Slackjaw and his Bottle Street boys jump you.
I guess I don't have to make these guys go to sleep. Just sneak around behind him. Try that. Come on, move your ass.
Huh? Damn!
Ah, dang it.
Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the
Can I get...
personnel assigned to the event and approved
Not gonna kill you.
dignitaries only.
Get out of my way!
Assassin, help!
Got his legs.
Watch it! Damn you!
Like, get away from them, can't you? And they're like,
Russia!
throw shit at you.
We need to handle this ourselves, before it gets to the captain.
Won't fall
Can't
apart.
you, like, hide again?
Get it. There's two of us.
Close the doors on the floor.
Assassin, help! Watch out! Gotcha now.
Oh, there's not one. Oh, who's it?
You're going down.
Close the door. No.
Dumping you in the river.
No means no.
Take out his leg. Watch out. I'll find you. Got you now. On the watch.
Not fighting very well.
Fast. Watch it.
I'll find you. There you are. Get out him.
Take.
No. You don't know where I went. No. No.
Rush it.
Oh, fuck.
Can't stay hidden forever.
I heard you there.
Gotcha now.
Whack him. Assassin, help!
Beat him to the house. All out of your seat.
Get it! Here you are. Whack him. Rush it. Take that. Beat him to the house.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Eventually. Get them without.
How come so many people are coming to the execution tomorrow?
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. A social event for the high and mighty. Come see the noble Lord Protector get his head chopped off.
They're as bad as us betting on the dogfights.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Hey, I heard you got eaten alive at cards.
You're such a choffer.
Chopper.
Stupid goddamn.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Probably not from him for too long. Oh, I could totally get you.
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort to the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Stuff on the table back there though, right? at least doing better than I
Tomorrow's
did
execution
all of the million
will be
other times.
restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Why are peeps leaving their dough all over the place?
Off limits to maintenance crew, unless accompanied by an officer. Must be scheduled in advance.
Get your shit. Every time I hear that, I think I've got caught.
Assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Well, if that dude was watching from up here, he is a terrible god.
Attention, the solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Now, this is the only issue with stealth. You have to wait around and see people's patterns. What he walked back. Oh wait, no he does.
Oh, no, stupid goddamn Dublin son of Marlon God. What's in here?
Attention, tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only. Solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Duty Officers Report. Duty Officers report Corvo's interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves. Follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torturer under control. If Corvo dies in his hands, instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it will be your head that rolls next.
Corvo's unconscious again.
The journal. Press the select button, I guess, to access the journal. There you can review your mission objectives and choose which ones to track. Read mission clues and information about your gear and manage your supernatural powers. To shift through them, just right and left bumpers.
Though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress.
Don't mind a pair of boots like that.
Is not a trivial matter.
Okay. That's right. Okay, heaps of distraction implement. The Trials of Aptitude. Excerpt from a book on the esoteric. God, I've never actually seen that word written before. Well, obviously I've read this. Ugh, whatever. Esoteric practices of the Abbey. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject the writing on this is surreptitiously. There's another word I've never seen written down. Oh, me. Surreptitiously, in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparation and evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. Wait, I should really... I don't want to really alert anyone, do I? Put that there. Now, should have done this first. Shit. Okay. Right, there is open now. Sweet. Come on, show your head. Fingers. Okay, does he even come back up here?
Eckworth, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. A report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Outwards.
Seen any more big rat swarms?
I don't need shit from you.
Asking a simple question, bud. I guess while he's over there fucking about, I can get him.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Gotta love the leaning game. Oh no, they can't see me hanging halfway out
Tell
from
me
the
again what
wall.
you'll do if Slackjaw and his Bottle Street boys jump you.
Please, not now.
Hey. Can't see me. I am the night. I am a bush.
Attention. The solitary wing is
nothing.
off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Well, I don't have... I'll wait until Buddy Boy does his walk around. Wait. You got the plague there, buddy?
Stupid goddamn.
Well, he's facing that way, I mean.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll.
Oh god, get through the
Not
doorway.
everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
I know that there's shit in there that I want.
Hey, don't you owe me a drink?
Another night, another patrol with you.
That way. Three. Yep.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits
Nothing.
to maintenance
You saw nothing.
unless accompanied by an officer of the
Double
watch.
alarmed.
Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Stupid goddamn Dublin Sono. Arlen Gunn.
So I don't think I'm gonna get that achievement, but I'm still gonna try my best to.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress?
I don't need shit from you.
Yeah, no, you nearly did it a few seconds ago, bud.
Stupid goddamn Dublin Sono. Arlen Gunn.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Dude, will you stop being alarmed?
Seen anybody with signs of the sickness?
You always amuse me.
Got heaps of people coughing around you, bud. Thank you. Heard people with the sickness.
Attention. The solitary wing is
definitely down
off
with it.
limits to maintenance crews unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Windows with the door. Oh god.
Gate metal.
No! You can't see. Okay, in the night.
Tomorrow's
I have disappeared.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Count his legs. I'll find you.
You guys gonna forget I'm up here?
I'll find you. I know you're here.
Can't stay hidden forever. Watch out! Fall down already.
I know you're somewhere around here.
Let's feed him to the house.
Damn it.
All right. Count his legs.
Oh god, that was a bit
The
too high.
solitary
Oh, hang on. me see what's in here first.
By an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary
What's the shit?
scheduled in advance.
Okay, food.
1 week's notice.
Anything else of interest? Health pack. Whatever that was, bullets. Food, 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 food.
Take it! Watch it!
God. Getting gangbanged. Jesus. Did I just
fish
get
bait
outside
now.
of Whispers? That's weird. That's way too weird.
Corvo's execution is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
God.
I
Must that be
can't wait
huge?
to see his head. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
Maybe I should have taken out those guys down there.
Scary.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
That's why I gotta go in here. Door control.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution
Oh, cool.
will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved
I guess that would work, but you're
dignitaries
still out in the open. Bit alien isolation. You need food? Eat all of it. I know you move around. Come on. You hardly even smoked that. What the fuck was the point?
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
What are you looking at? Poster?
To arms! Fall down already! Take that!
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to personnel assigned
Bastard!
I climbed that. Whoa.
Let's beat him to the hounds. Eat nothing. Just die. Keep skulking around.
You lost me yet?
Aha! Can't stay hidden forever. Ha! I'll flush you out. Can't believe we lost him. If you see him. Help me look for him. I'll find you, you hagfish.
We know you're here.
He's slippery. Nice shot.
Check everything.
Call out to each other if you spot him. We know you're here. We'll find you.
Stay hidden in the wall.
There's a... Out there, there's like a thing, isn't it? But that's in the... leaked out. Is this too close? Almost too close. Get out.
Send out a call. People down in the sewers.
If he gets to the sewer, we'll lose him.
At least I made it through. Did as best as I could. You have escaped Coleridge prison with the help of hidden allies. If you can reach the Redhaven River, they promise to aid you in your next. The outsider walks among us. Dunwall Sewers.
Use some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for
Note from a friend. Corvo, if you're reading this, it means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coleridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us. A friend who will meet you soon.
Could be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3 to 1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
Really? Like... That was the weakest fight against rats I'd ever seen. Okay, so he's getting attacked a bit more so than him, but... Besides rats and dead bodies. No one will keep us from death. Rats are eating our babies. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't remember, is there gold down here? Get out of the water. Damien's journal. Amanda and I had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to be done, nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over the district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit the city. Sorry peeps, I think I'm gonna have to tear you apart, right? Oh, there's a body there. Bring Damien as well. Just in case. Oh, nothing down here. Fuck's sake, that's not where I wanted. Rope! It looks like Amanda's down here for now. Get out. Get out.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies in the carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just dump them down there. Let the rats have them.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Idiot. No one will keep us from death. You cannot kill the rat plague. I think that says they're eating our baby. Up, 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 up. To the Lord Protector. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire, of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isles. Meet with our man, Samuel, near where these tunnels spill into the Brandhaven. All haste and luck. We share a common purpose. Excuse me, just need a drink. I'm dying over here. Equipping weapons and powers. Press and hold left bumper to open the quick access wheel. Select the gadget or power you want to equip in your left hand and release left bumper to confirm. Assign a hotkey to a weapon or power by selecting that item in the quick access wheel and pressing any direction on the my brain died on the quick pad thingy. Jelly share. In case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey. Got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Bye back there. Ah, there we go. Over there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. 451. And yeah. Okay, that way. What's that way?
He won't get past me, sir.
Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you're done. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard. Smells like a dead Reaper in here.
Did you hear Morris was dragged off by the Overseers for some black magic nonsense? I don't need shit for this.
Just trying to have a normal conversation. I don't need shit from you.
Probably is. They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out. What in the void was that? Wonder how deep it is. I can't see the bottom.
Steal all your food.
Huh?
Oh, I'll find you.
I know you're somewhere around here.
Yeah, obviously I didn't get.
Can't stay hidden forever.
How are you? You under me? Yep.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm a friend. I'm Samuel, and I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. They said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them. Just down the river from here.
Whew. So at least we did that. Definitely not getting the one where I'm Ghost, because I was so detected. So let's see. Didn't get all of the money, but I wasn't exactly looking. And there isn't any of the things. Well, at least for the Corvo anyway. It's detected 3 times. Well, 3 bodies got detected. Still in low chaos, though I think I'd have to go super crazy to get high chaos for that. And didn't kill anyone, so that's what I'm trying to do. It'll be my main one. So I can't do ghost, but I'll try and do whatever the achievement is for not killing people. I think there's another special action there, and I just can't remember. But oh well. There's other times. Hidden Allies, the Hound Pit's pub. Hidden in an old bar on the river, your new allies have plans to share with you. Meet with the Loyalists' inner circle to learn what they've got in mind.
This is the Hound Pit's pub, closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart. Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can. I expect they're hard at work. Let's join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress. I'm sure the Admiral was anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here.
So it's starting at last, Admiral. We found our man. Even after 6 months in Cold Ridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Yes. Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group. but we all act as equals here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Yes, Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested. Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown.
Stay alert and stay loyal.
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can.
Yeah, I'm leaving. Hold your britches. Just snooping, like I always do. And I need like a key to get out. Oh, it's one of the outsiders, dude. Oh, no, this is where I sneak in later. Okay. What, climb?
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear, all custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin. No! This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's run out. Will you get a new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Be careful. Oil's unstable. When it explodes, there is a terrible mess.
A second solution. Excerpt from a series of newspaper articles from prominent natural philosophers by Piero Joplin. It is through no fault of my own that the average citizen has expressed a preference for Sokolov's elixir over my own formula, sold as Piero's remedy, a name I did not choose if you must know the truth. The public has spoken in its usual message of idiocy, spending their coin as a means of selecting Sokolov's formula over mine, which I believe to be equal if not superior. Much has been made over the popularity of these concoctions as a means of resisting this remarkable new plague. I say remarkable because this strain works with an efficiency we have not seen in the history of the Empire. This plague, now making its way through the city of Dunwall, is unrivaled in its effectiveness. I have studied it within the blood of those so affected, and it is nearly perfect, elegant in a way, in fact. And while it is true that Piero's remedy and Sokolov's elixir are known to protect the body against the plague equally, my own has properties not fully understood, which relate to the mind itself and the spirit. And it is in this way that my formula wins out. Here is where one should pay attention to this contest. For you see Sokolov's elixir, with the emphasis on the brute animal body, is a crash goo better suited for livestock. The subtle and secret variance in the key ingredients making up Piero's remedy ensure that it works on the higher functions that separate mankind from the mindless blue-jawed hagfish swimming in the Brandhaven River. That works on my mouth. Piero's request is denied. Piero, no, I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tyvian ore. What's wrong with the metals in crystal? King Sparrow feathers. If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariffs and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar and what's left of it. And we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the old crap you seem to need. Admiral Havelock. Steal all the shit.
The dispenser upstairs will provide you with a fresh tank of whale oil. They're heavy, but you are no doubt strong enough to carry one back down here if you would.
Love it. When I get Blink, I'll show you the rest of the Easter egg later. Dead counter responsibilities, except from a manual on New City Watch procedures. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a petition that will only be given to officers. Position. Usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counter will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1.5 normal pay grade. 1 Failed experiments. Excerpts from a series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course. And why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all parts of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risk. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as calmly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylon or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology, not philosophy. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female, some 42 inches in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side through the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her bellowing, I cut into the mass of tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth, and a baleen running along the upper jaw. Through the broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water that was too small to be chewed. Horrifying. Whale oil processing. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secured the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ship and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whale from diving deep once it's caught. A larger hook is driven through the tail, which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck. They lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwell, where the crew works on the great creature, slicing off the fattest parts while it's still alive. Whale oil refining station. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it in the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank can be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used in handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain life functions at extreme ocean depths. The pressure and the cold are too much to endure without it. I speculate that a human being might, by a process of adaptation, produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances developed. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities subject to the necessary legal amnesty.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see? The assassin's mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally? Center lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge the city for valuables and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need. Tell me what I can make for you.
Sleep. Get all the sleep. Do like that, but I'm not going to be using that. Allows you to rewire circuitry and turn security systems to your advantage. Consumed on usage. Grenade. Yeah. Trap that can be placed near nearly any surface. And then they go so cool. Okay, I think I'll go with that now. Bulk capacity, and that should be good for now, and then we'll come back, obviously, for some other stuff.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can. Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Sure will. Piero can craft and upgrade gear with the money you collect. Bringing collected blueprints to Piero will allow you to unlock new upgrades to buy. These services can be assessed by talking to Piero at any time. Take a look around the place and then head up to my room. Probably do the stuff with the outsider, and after that is where I'll probably leave this off.
I once served under Admiral Havelock. Captain Havelock then. I don't know if he remembers me, but I fear it's rude to ask. I don't want to embarrass him. I was just a common riverman, hauling parcels and such along the river. But I know how to keep my trap shut, I do. This is about as far downriver as I care to go. Toward the flooded district, the river's thick with corpses. I've seen battles in my younger years, and I see you've got the stuff. Say the word, and I'll back you. All of the little people in the city like me, we miss the Empress something terrible. And the fact that young Lady Emily is out there somewhere still lost, it's just too much for most folks to think about.
Mysteries of Pandysia. Excerpt from a book on the far continent Pandysia. At the Academy of Natural Philosophy, they speak of the Pandysian continent as a place of wonder, where all of life has intertwined and blossomed across eons. producing a vibrant ecology unrivaled in the civilized world. The overseers from the Abbey of the Everyman, by contrast, talk of horror and heresies, of cults of submen engaged in brutal, perverse rituals. The few who have travelled to the far continent and come back to the Isles, those who have actually touched the soil there, have returned with notes that describe vast deserts, deep jungles, and outlandish creatures that defy belief. Once in a generation, a great effort is mounted to build a colony there, in hopes of this someday growing into a port city to rival Dunwall itself. But to date, these attempts have been ended in madness and failure. Have all ended in madness and failure. Too bad you gotta sleep out here, bud. I mean, I guess you do. Looks like a place. A sleepage.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Okay, that's not what I wanted you to do, Corvo. Right, yes, I can get up. Ha! Am I coming over here way too early? Probably. Okay. Oh, quick. Get back over here. Where it is, it's around here somewhere. Probably there. Got a rock. Okay, I'll come back for the bone charm later. And I'm probably actually... Fish, no.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
My, you must be Corvo. I am Lydia, at your service. Your room is upstairs and ready. When they told me who it was, well, I thought you'd be older, like the Admiral. I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic, though, isn't it?
Sure.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Lady Emily Caldwin was abducted 6 months ago during her mother's terrible murder. Anyone with information leading to the location or return of the daughter of our beloved late Empress is required to speak to the City Watch at once.
If you guys want to look at this, I'll just leave them there. Probably would take too long to continually read all of it. Okay.
Attention all citizens. Curfew extends from sundown to sunrise unless you are otherwise authorized. Violators will be subject to interrogation and detained when necessary. Remember, the boldest measures are the safest.
And there's the other side.
The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress, but something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it
Attention,
right.
citizens of Dunwall. The Old Port District has been added to the evacuation list. The Weeper count for the month of siege has increased. The Lord Regent has decreed that plague ordinances will remain in effect through the month of rain. Stay alert and stay loyal.
Bedtime.
Please follow me to your quarters.
Well, you need to go in the wrong direction first of all. God. Hello. I didn't take anything.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that. There's something distinguished about you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised. Did you know I'm distant kin to the late Empress and her line? Not close enough, sadly. I'll never be Emperor. Most of the nobility went straight over to the Lord Regent's side after the Empress died. Easiest thing to do. But to me, a noble birth requires a sense of loyalty. This city has fallen into ruin since the plague struck. These poor weepers moaning and bleeding from the eyes. They say there's no cure for the plague once it advances that far. Terrible.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace! Please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow. My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which... Wallace!
River traffic is forbidden from landing in the distillery district due to risk of infectious contact. Violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Log entry 1-4. It seems we've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former guard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. N-bomb. Is this off? Switch. Switch, where the hell is it?
Havelock's log entry 1. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its place as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge? Or if so, and if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Blood from the eyes. I mean, if I was Corvo, like, it'd be awesome to have that room, but I'd want this one. So, technically, if I was Emily, I'd probably be hyped that this is mine. Trials of Aptitude, excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the Abbey. It's the one that I read in there. Yep, it's the one that I read.
This is your room. It was chosen to give you privacy. I understand you'll need your rest.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Oh. Bedtime. Somewhere else.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world. Great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power. My gift to you. Come find me.
Power. Blink. Press left trigger to execute a fast, stealthy forward dash through the world. You can also use it to move upward, but the distance is reduced. Aiming at ledges will allow you to blink forward and climb up. Hold left trigger to target your destination with precision. A blue sphere indicates that you should reach your destination. A blue arrow indicates that you will climb up when you reach your destination. Whoa, that was close. Fallen letter. You cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot save her. Cannot save her. Press and hold LB to access quick will. Press X to drink. Emily's letter. Corvo, I am very sad. They say that you're dead, like mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is very strange. I do not like it. So please come for me if you can.
Days that follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, You will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
The heart. Equipping the heart in your left hand helps you locate bone charms or runes, even through walls. The heart beats and lights up when you are facing a bone charm or rune, and it beats faster as you get closer. The heart will whisper secrets if you press left trigger while targeting a person.
This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time's meaning is here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel a great age ending. This place is the end of all things, and the beginning.
Yep. Get in.
All of time's meaning is here. Neither seconds, nor centuries.
Go through the hole. Why can't you go through the hole?
Someday, place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is things, cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom.
Runes and acquiring powers. Once you've collected some runes, open the journal and go to the powers section to exchange them for powers. Runes can be collected and used to acquire supernatural powers. Dark vision. Very low mana consumption, costs 1 rune, have 1 rune. Level 1, see in the dark and see living beings through walls, indicating their fields of vision. Representations of the sounds that you make are also visible. Level 2, see in the dark and see living beings through walls, including their field of vision. Representations of sounds that you make are also visible. See useful objects and security systems through walls as well. Strategic tip. Dark vision is highly useful for stealth, allowing you to watch enemies from behind walls before approaching them. Seeing an enemy's face and view cone gives you a significant advantage in terms of sneaking. With the power active, you can see visual representations of the sounds you make as well, which further aids in sneaking and understanding stealth. At level 2, useful items, resources, and security devices such as the Wall of Light are visible through walls too. Rapid forward movement from a short distance. Rapid forward movement for a longer distance. Go up. Blink allows you to move very fast without being seen, making it useful for stealth since you can teleport from one hidden spot to another, or even rooftop to rooftop if you combine jumping with the power. Blink can effectively be chained together with assassination or choke if you use to move up rapidly to unaware enemies. The mana cost for using the power is low, so the recharging portion of the mana bar will allow you to blink even when you are out of potions. Blink can also be used to move upward at limited distances. Note that the cursor changes when when aimed at a surface or edge that will allow you to climb up as you blink. And we'll get to those ones later. Dark vision. Press L, left trigger, to see in the dark and reveal hidden beings through solid walls. You can also see their field of view, as well as visual representation of the noise you make. Blah blah blah. All the stuff you just went through.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
So we'll go and get the bone charm from around here, and that's probably where I will leave it off. Because I'm still not that well, and talking for this long has roughened up my throat. So I don't want to go into coughing fits. You guys.
A reminder to all citizens, inspect your neighbor's spaces closely. If there is any sign of blood on the islands or cheats, you must notify one of the city watch at an early stage of the play.
Also, because this is the definitive edition, I has the special shit. Wow. Wow. I was not expecting to have so much stuff. Holy mother of God. Rumors and sightings. Dowd. Excerpt from an overseer's covert field report. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey, without the company of my overseer brethren or the guidance of the blind sisters of the ocular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cut purses, murderers, and worse, and the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunmore. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting in the forgotten graveyards and the outlying ruins, frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favoured by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make their trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who were not fit to live, executing them justly, and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues, without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin's name Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pendisian coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the isles. According to the legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers and city watch officers of Dunwall like a rapier through wheat. Then a period of silence followed, years we now believe he spent travelling the Isles, studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in the hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself, and for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while, he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. Now reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman... Oh, hang on, sorry, something in my eye. And a noble woman stabbed from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new target of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapour masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard unusual sounds from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into an abandoned apartment used by miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine had been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given to her by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine, muttering in an unseen to an unseen spirit as if in argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean air. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die. For there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and the great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is a dead and his corruption is being purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way towards him. I will never drop my guise and don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes. Bone charms. Bone charms provide small supernatural benefits. Locate them by listening for the song they emit. By default, you can activate up to 3 bone charms at once in the bone charm selection. I said raven. drop assassination gives you a bit of help. Let's see.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Dodge. River affinity. Delicate touch. Voyeur. Good lungs. Mystic fish artifact. Interesting. Mystic rat artifact. Field survey knowledge, the royal spy. This is a lot. I'll still read it. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burrows, dated several years earlier. This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning. I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working night and day, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us. But I know they do. They must. So Jessamine would rather spend her time with the royal protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety. But a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wineglass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats against us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instructions from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in his day, Emperor Coldwind left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off access to the streets entirely, but the Empress won't hear of it. The waterlock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday, the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it. Mark my words. No amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plans for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. This wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise, in any case. At least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistol carried by the officers in the watch. Why do I worry so, when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and feel themselves on our flesh. This is what I see in the same dream several times each month. If only I had more say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I have been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order. Perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. Hiram Burrows, Royal Spy Master. Wolfhound artifact. Firewater. Blast resistance. Cancer. Early life and criminal record. Slackjaw. Excerpt from a series of letters sent by a member of the Bottle Street gang. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw? What he was like when he was young, before he got his name? Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was a boss of the Bottle Street gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up in the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from the orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Some got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as it all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when he took down a farmer's cart or sidewalk street vendor. He came up with the plan, give everyone some part to play and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, cause we learned fast that we made out better like that. More food, more coin, plus none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. He worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy who fancied himself as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all taking in a bawdy show in the theatre house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there in the cheap sheets too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning. He throws a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw, hits him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's gonna be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. Waking up the next day without telling us why, Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stop at the docks and Slackjaw pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick lengths, and there are shark hooks coming off it at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling it at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the Fish was staying, but when we reach his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out on the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a bullock, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and a shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw holds onto the chain. He's standing there with his jaw broken, clenched tight with the chain wrapped around his left arm. Hook sunk into Mike the fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike can't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand, but he was a big guy and it took a lot of stabbing before he went to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It just kept going and going until finally it was just Mike the fish, blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took the note and stuck it in Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple of months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running the brand new crew over at Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the gangs who delivered the letters. Green-eyed Tish even came back missing her thumb. But apparently, Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water, out cold. One of the other bosses found in bed with his belly opened wide, a Tivian pear stuffed in his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Brunsworth was found blubbering in a cauldron of hot wax. Oh, bubbling, not blubbering. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eyed Tish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for a stabilizing his business, real neat-like. Calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus, showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys in the city watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spymaster Snitches, the responsible citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their home to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hounds fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick and everyone wanted to buy those potions, from Sokolov or Piero, health elixirs or spiritual remedies they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. He already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everybody in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while there were so many people down with plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have the coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunmore would slip into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over and the watch started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and them art pylons. They put up the wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again and Instead of leaving town on a boat bound for Morley or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We get that as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch with their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Crowley, Bottle Street Gang. Void Channel. Mystical whale artifact. White rat friend. Gutter feast. The Journal of Granny Rags. Excerpt from the ramblings of a street denizen. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I won't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen I can see out into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and bug-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street, where the neighbours are all setting fires to their homes, barricading themselves inside, warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking him at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived here with my husband, we were fine people. Vera Mori, everyone would say, your house is as grand as Boyle Manor, better even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime, radiant, he said, and he was just barely a man, so young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand. All my friends. I was the only one, dearie. Wet with his paint, glistening in the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and paintings. My husband and I weren't always at home, no. We travelled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles, beyond even, all the way to the red cliffs of Pendicia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we came upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones, carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me, make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal handsman himself now, my little mute boy and his shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and then him sick. Better bones was all for my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old and don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie. Especially those rude louts on Bottle Street, Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me, in the dreary night with stars above and below. And always the one with the black eyes, dearie. now I know where it is.
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river, men or hound. They top off the line with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from cellars. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their hands. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not fallen.
Yeah.
The ale here is sweetened with honey to hide the taste of river wine. The sober speak in whispers, the drunk bellow. Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost. The old man claimed a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion. The hounds were the first to find him. Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife. Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river, men or hound. They all go in. They top off the line with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from cellars. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The conspirators have found a safe home here. They take great care that they are not fallen. Samuel Beach will
Turn
plan to
slowly,
see to
dear.
forget a hopeless love.
River's silting up.
He succeeded. The boatman has a good heart and respects you. The ale here is sweetened with honey to hide the taste of river wine. Samuel is a simple man,
Strange little
but
Eddie
he
here.
knows the river Red Haven and
Think
all
maybe a
its
riverboat went under.
tributaries, down to the smallest inlet.
Part of the soul live in the heart. If the heart keeps beating, does that mean that the spirit is never released into oblivion? I can keep a heart beating forever with electricity, but what does that mean for any essence trapped within? It'd be easier if I created these processes in waking hours. I am uneasy pursuing avenues that emanate from my dreaming mind.
Sokolov's technology in the New Age. Excerpt from a recent book detailing Sokolov's machines. One of the advantages of Sokolov's technology is that they share the same magnetic socket for the tanks of processed whale oil they use as fuel. When a tank is exhausted, another can be plugged into place with ease, and the process is simple enough that any common workman or even the lower guardsman of the city watch can handle the task. This applies to the arc pylon and wall of light security system, as well as the powered cartridges used for transport by those few who are wealthy enough to afford them. The only obvious downside to Sokolov's designs is the volatility of the tanks themselves. A few incidents have occurred, resulting in damage to property or bodily harm whenever one of the tanks has exploded.
The sober speak in whispers, the drunk bellow. Each and every night the black-eyed outsider visits upon Pierre's dreams. He is Pierre Joplin. Even now he visualizes the next invention. Astonishing. I wish you could see it too. Poor Piero. His elixirs have cured so much for so many, but they cannot cure his one fears. The youngest ever to pass through the Academy of Natural Sciences. Sokolov will never forgive him that. He has spied upon Callista as she bathes, more than once.
I'm just looking up the voice actors because I don't think I've ever done this, because Piero's voice sounded familiar. And he's freaking Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings, so no wonder. And had no idea that Susan Sarandon and so many other actors were in this. Like, even Carrie Fisher was in this. Like, whoa.
Each and every night the black-eyed outsider visits upon Pierre's dreams.
Let's see, who's the voice of the heart?
He is Pierre Joplin. Even now he visualizes the next invention. Astonishing. I wish you could see it too.
Okay, I can't find the heart. She sounds familiar too, besides the fact that I've played this before. Thank you, y'all. Okay. No. Go back up into my room.
Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost.
I guess I can talk to him, because that'll probably save things before we go into the next mission.
The old port district has been added to the evacuation.
The old man played a dark corner and drank himself into oblivion. The hounds were the first to find him. Admiral Havelock has seen more corpses than all the rest put together. He has killed whales and men for profit and pleasure. He has the bloodlust, He tried to seize control of the military after the Empress. After she, the Empress, was murdered.
This heart.
Look at him. Admiral Havelock grows restless on land. There was a younger brother, an artist, sensitive, soft, taken at 9 by a fever. Havelock loved him truly. Admiral Havelock has seen more corpses than all the rest put together.
Where'd she go? Damn, she quick. Lydia!
The doom of Pandasia has come to the city. Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands. Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from
Lord Pendleton Memoirs, Chapter 27. In my 13th year, the despised stepmother at last departed, and Pendleton Hall was again quiet, although Father had by then sunk into deep depression. It was at this sensitive time that Waverly Boyle first entered my life. She who will be the source of many tender recollections to come.
He spies on his neighbors and reports to the overseers. Only after a long day of work will he return to his home and family. He always eats very well, even as his wife and child grow thin. It is in the common man that the Abbey finds its most faithful. He steals from his business partner a little every day. Some men can still find work along the waterfront. He didn't tend to that cut, and now it festers. The man is only as common as his dreams. All that he had was lost in flood. Deals are made here, sometimes under the influence of wine, and sometimes the influence is the point of a knife.
Corvo seems to have arrived in good shape. Much better than I expected, given what I've seen at the Coldridge prison. He seems willing to work with us, and he shouldn't lack for motivation. The man has lost everything. We'll judge how he performs in the field. And if I can, I'll find a way to test him personally.
Before the sun rises, they toss any casualties into the river. Men or hound, they all go in. They top off the wine with river water, but eventually someone swoons. Then fresh bottles are fetched from cellars. She hides her hands. They are raw and scarred from the washing. The common woman, she fears the Abbey and the plague. She is a seamstress in a shop frequented by the wealthy. There is nothing common about the work she does every day. All she wants is to lay herself down in the middle of Cromwell Street.
Good day, Master
and
Corey.
await death. Their fate rests on your effort, on the strength of your hands and of your heart. They stood in a circle around the candles and cut their hands to form their alliance. The blood hissed as it touched the flames. The fabric of the city is made of stuff such as she.
Attention, citizens of
The
Dunwall.
conspirators have
The
found a
Old
safe
Fort
home
District
here.
has been added to
They
the
take great
evacuation
care that they
list.
are not
The
followed.
Weeper count for the
She
month of
stars
Steve has
so that
increased.
her children
The
can
Lord
have
Regent has decreed that
The
plague
air is
ordinances
sweet
will
with honey
remain in effect
to hide
through
the
the month
taste
of
of
rain.
river wine.
Stay alert and stay loyal.
Am I really being that blind? Like, where the hell did Lydia go? Yeah. Walked right past her.
The sober speak in whispers. The drunk bellow. The other servants don't like her. Work is never done for the lowly servant. Her servant wages will not be enough to fix her father's debts. For all the hard work, there is little reward for her. If she lives until tomorrow, her day off, she will be mauled by weepers and left for dead. Do not pity the servant. There is pride in the job well done. There is not a day that goes by she does not consider taking her own life. The household is treated poorly, but there are worse ways to earn a coin. The pain in her back is constant. Nothing helps.
River traffic is
Work is never done for the lowly servant.
due to risk of infectious contact.
For all the hard work, there is little reward for her.
For treatment and rehabilitation.
Excuse me, Lydia. I need to. I wanna. Let me fight. Thank you.
Well, let's get down to it.
God, it sounded like I
First
stabbed
off,
him.
I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Caldwin on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location. Recovering her is obviously critical, assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you. Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the Hound Pits. Glad to see you got your rest, Corvo. You'll need it.
Shall we go again?
I had a sailor for a boyfriend once. He thought he'd strike gold digging in the Pandician cliffs. They found his ship drifting empty.
Has been added to the evacuation list.
You know, I tried to attend services with the overseers for a while. They've just gotten more and more, I don't know, rabid about the seven strictures and witchcraft and all that nonsense. I think the Admiral's awfully distinguished, don't you?
Isn't Kernow your uncle? Aren't you going to talk to me about him? Okay. Oh no, it's your uncle. Wrong person.
Corvo. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch.
This is Lena Headey.
But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
She is Callista Kernow. She has learned to defend herself in this treacherous city. She and her uncle, the last of the
I overheard the Admiral at breakfast, talking about the Overseers. That's all I heard. And I think it's better if I don't know too much about what you people are doing.
She dreams of freedom, and the decks of whaling ships fast after the beasts of the sea. But alas, she's a woman.
He's my uncle, and he means a lot to me. His name is Jeff Kernow. Captain Jeff Kernow.
such sadness.
God. Hello.
She is Callista Kerr now. She has learned to defend herself in this treacherous city.
Should have went the other way.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Fortunes have been won here, and lives have been lost.
Well, hopefully everything's saved up. Yes. Close my back door. Oh, I'll look at those things first. Okay. Got a feast. White rats can be consumed for mana. White rat friend. White rats won't attack you. Void challenge. Powers effects slightly improved. Fencer. Win sword versus sword contests more frequently. Blast resistance. Damage from explosions reduced slightly. Firewater. Shot whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. Ooh. Good lungs. Breath capacity in water increased slightly. Voyeur. Moderate keyhole peeping magnetism. Delicate touch. Breaking glass sound is moderately reduced. River affinity. Swim speed increased slightly. Quick dodge. Enemies miss more often with arrows and bolts. Raven. Drop assassination gives you a bit of health. I wonder if that counts for if I'm not actually killing them. Okay. So all of these and the other stuff that were in the room when I woke up come with the definitive edition. Okay, Mystic Fish Whale Artifact enables one additional bone charm to be active. Oh, so that's why I've got so many more spots. Mystic Wolfhound Artifact enables one additional bone charm to be active. So they all allow for additional bone charms. Oh wait, they're the things that I found, right? So I just got them early. Oh, I can already get vitality. Power of Vitality. You have an extended health bar. At level 2, you regenerate more health faster. Ew. But okay, that's where I'm going to leave this off. I think I've been going quite long enough, at least for how I've been at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know that it was a bit of a rough start for trying to do things stealthily and such. I know that there's been a lot of reading, so I'll try to do what I think is pertinent. and I'll give you guys like enough look at a book or something if you want to pause it yourselves to have a read. But thank you for joining me on this very long first playthrough of Dishonored. I will continue on either Wednesday or Friday, one of them, because I would like to do another playthrough of things. Like, I was planning on doing Night in the Woods, but it doesn't allow for broadcast, so that's going to have to be a playthrough that I do in the future when I have a capture card and such. And then instead of doing that, I was going to do Crash Bandicoot, but for some reason it kept on crashing. Haha, crash. Right. But yeah, so we'll see tomorrow or what will be done on Wednesday. This will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow, following my new schedule of things that I will stream Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and then the videos will be uploaded on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. If you're interested in any of my future or past videos or streams, you can check them out here in collections on Twitch or over on YouTube. In the playlists, I upload what I can viably do, so like I don't have the Adventures of Captain Spirit, the awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit over on there, because I don't have the ability to change it at the moment, to fix it up so that copyright won't be an issue, and that's the same reason why the first tree is not available over on YouTube. If you're interested in both of those playthroughs, you can find them here on Twitch in collections, and it would be great if you could follow me over on my socials, on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. That's where I'll do most of my announcements about things that will be coming up and when a stream will be starting. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you guys later this week.